Yeah, it feels very human and very real, very grounded, very real.
Those photos already are bringing out so many emotions in the fans, including myself. What can you tease about how us Japril fans are going to feel when that episode airs?
Well, I can tell you that people who enjoy seeing Jackson and April in scenes together are going to be happy because we have scenes together.
We love that.
Yes, I had an absolute ball getting to work with Jesse again. We have such a great working relationship and such a wonderful friendship, and it's so easy. It's so easy to act with him. We just had so many years to pull from, and we know how one another works. We know how to support one another in a scene. We know how to talk through something. We know how to be each other's cheerleaders. You know, it's a really sweet and special relationship there. So I think Japril fans will just be excited to see the two of us sharing time together in front of the camera.
That promo already, it's like so intense. It's the initial face-to-face. It's just like so many emotions. What was your reaction?
Oh, and those flashbacks too. I was not expecting any of that stuff. That when I saw the promo, I was like, oh,
okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was your reaction to reading that script? What can you tease for that?
First of all, it's just beautifully written. Really beautifully written. It's a very special episode, and I think everybody will feel that it is a very special episode in so many ways. It really is focused on Jackson. I think I'm allowed to say that. It is his story for sure, though April plays a significant part, and so does Eric Roberts, who plays his father. So we get to see Jackson go through something big, but it was, I just think it was, you know, the thing that's really fantastic about playing characters who have had a journey for 9 years is that you have so much information to pull from. It's so rare. You know, if you're in a movie, you can create backstory, but what we have as Jackson and April and Grey's Anatomy is 9 years of on-screen interaction and story to pull from that people remember and are just watching right now again for the fourth time. You know what I mean? Exactly, to like remember all of this stuff, but also people are just discovering it now for the first time. So it's very fresh in people's minds, and we experienced it all. We lived through all of those scenes and all that storytelling. And so to be able to, there's just like there's an ease and a secondhand kind of language that you can have with another actor when you've done that, and when you have actual real things to pull from. Like, well, remember in that episode on that season after the thing, I said this to you, and this is a callback to that. You know, it's like you don't get that. You don't have the luxury of that on most television shows that at this point don't generally last past 6 seasons, let alone 9 we got to play, let alone the 17 this show's been on for. So yeah, it feels very human and very real, very grounded, very real.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I know you're very busy on this show, but do you think it'll be the last we see of April, or can we maybe expect more?
I don't know. Got to talk to the writers about that.
Fair, very fair. Well, for fans who love you so much from Grey's, but now who maybe haven't tuned into this new show yet, what would you tell them why they're going to love it so much? Because I mean, it does have the same, it's different obviously, but it's the drama's there, and that of course they want to see you too. But
I think the Cruel Summer is just, you know, the things that a Grey's audience member would love about Cruel Summer is you have a fantastic cast of characters who are all super talented. I mean, everybody in the cast is just, it's really such a joy to watch these episodes. You are drawn into every single human's story. There's not a single one that you're like, I'm not so interested in. Like, you're in it for every moment. The fact that it leaves you hanging over and over and over again. That thing keeps Grey's Anatomy fans coming back for more. I think you're diving into very human experiences that in Cruel Summer, it really is about trauma and how you respond to trauma. And these two, and I think the show does a really good job of handling it with grace and with power, of like, let's talk about trauma without actually traumatizing the viewer by gratuitously creating violence all over the screen. You know, let's actually investigate, like, how does this manifest in both of these girls' lives, and how does that then translate into other people's lives, and where did that trauma start? Some of that trauma started because someone made a snap judgment about a rumor, you know, and like, what are we doing in our lives right now? We do that all the time, especially on social media. So I think it has an engagement that goes beyond just who done it, you know? You are really invested in empathy and compassion for these characters in the same way you are with Grace.